I wanted to read a few things to you today. It's been a bad day for me. I've felt the last couple of days. I think it's the aftermath of the trial of the driver that killed my son. But anyway, we can either let these days like this, completely destroy us, or we can use it to just plunge deeper into God. One of the things that I think I shared in one of the earlier videos, but one of the things I learned really from Gabor Mate and about learning about, when it gets too painful being ourselves, we try and disconnect from ourselves, and we do that often in really kind of self-destroying ways. And people take drugs, they overeat. I tend to turn to sweet things to eat. Sometimes have wine, I can't really handle it. But anyway, the only way to kind of deal with that is to acknowledge it, is to sit with it, really. I say to young people that I work with and other people I work with that actually self-harm by cutting, that actually that pain kind of throws you away. I know that because I've cut myself. I've self-harmed in that way. But the only way of getting away from cutting, but really beginning to deal with that inner pain, is to sit with the pain. And that's what Gabor Mate says. Instead of self-condemning, just use it to self-explore. Sitting with that pain is more painful than cutting. So sit with it, learn to be stronger because of it, but particularly if you've got faith of any sort in any God or spirituality, sitting with that pain and letting it force you deeper in to being and what is. I've moved the camera around a bit today because I wanted to read some stuff that I found really, really helpful for me. One of them, some of the things I'm going to read is from, I don't know if that's back to front for you, but The Wisdom Jesus by Cynthia Bourgeois. I can't remember when I started reading this, but it completely turned around the way that I was thinking about Christianity. So, blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. So she does this section in this book on the Beatitudes. Blessed are those who hunger for righteousness, blessed are those who mourn, blessed are those who are pure in heart, etc., etc. But really pulls out a different aspect of that. So blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. So there's a way of looking at righteousness is like, holier than thou, pious righteousness that, that really turns me off anyway. That's not what I want. But what Cynthia Bourgeois in this book brings out is what the word righteousness really means. So in Jesus's times, therefore, the way that Jesus would have meant this, righteousness was something more dynamic than that. I'm reading from the book. You can actually visualize it as a force field, an energy-charged sphere of holy presence. So righteousness is more about, it's this dynamic force, a force field, an energy-charged sphere of holy presence. So to be in the righteousness of God, as Old Testament writers are fond of saying, and I find myself drawn, since sort of ditching traditional Christianity and becoming awakened in Christianity, I'm more and more and more Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Ezra, some of those just really amazing stuff. So it means what Cynthia Bourgeois is saying, that righteousness, to be in the righteousness of God, means to be directly connected to this vibrational field, to be anchored with God, within God's own aliveness. So to be connected to this vibrational field, to be anchored with God's own aliveness. So even in this pain that I'm feeling right now, I can feel that. Yeah, I feel that really dynamically, and it pushes me deeper. And what she goes on to say is, there's nothing subtle about the experience. It's as fierce and intransigent a bond as picking up a downed electric wire. You imagine that? A downed electric cable, you wouldn't go anywhere near it because electricity jumps about. But this is what being in the righteousness of God is. It's really flipping dynamic, really amazing. So I want to encourage you, if you are feeling down, like I am today, just don't think about it. Don't add to the story. Just be. Just feel. Make that push you deeper into that vibrational power, because you will grow because of it. The kingdom will be manifest in this world more because of it, and because of you being you and holding on in there.